Welcome back. New massive spending packages. Negotiations are ramping up this week as President Biden and Vice President Harris hit the road to get support for the new plans. Joining me right now is former Treasury Department spokesperson Monica Crowley. Monica, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much for joining us.
Hi, Maria. Great to be here.
Your reaction to all of this runaway spending, Monica. The president and VP are going to try to get support, and we'll see if they end up ultimately doing this through reconciliation. Will they need the Republicans? Are they powerless? And your reaction to an additional $4 trillion in spending on top of the $1.9 trillion plan released in January.
Yeah, so we're already talking about $6 trillion in new spending, Maria. This is on top of $4 trillion being spent every year in the annual federal budget. So this year we're looking at about $10 trillion total, completely unprecedented except for wartime. Now, they need to pay for it somehow, and they're looking at these massive tax increases, which are going to kill job creation and crush this robust recovery that we're experiencing, which is actually the Trump recovery, because all of the pro-growth, pro-worker economic policies that President Trump and his administration put into place, they're still there. And they are contributing to this very dynamic recovery. So if President Biden and the congressional Democrats throw those policies into reverse, you're going to suffocate this recovery, and it's going to have the most dramatic impact on the forgotten man and woman, the little guy, all of whom benefited directly by President Trump's pro-growth policies.
Yeah, and you write this in your recent op-ed. You title that op-ed, Biden's Tax Hikes Will Hurt the Little Guy and Kill Trump's Opportunity Economy. You write, a sputtering economy would mean dimmer job prospects, lower wages, and higher costs everywhere, impacting the little guy the most. Monica, President Biden keeps talking about how he wants to raise taxes on people making $400,000 or more. It's unclear if he means $400,000 per family, which would be $200,000 per partner, or $400,000 per individual. Do you know the answer to that?
I don't, but I can make an educated guess, Maria. Democrats have a long history of saying that they simply want to target the rich or soak the rich, go after large corporations to make them pay their fair share. And in the end, they end up going to where the real money is, which is the middle class and small businesses, all of whom are driving this robust recovery. So I think in the end, you're going to see tax hikes that either directly or indirectly affect every American, either by direct tax hikes, meaning less money in your business or keep it going, or indirectly through slowing job creation, lower wages, and I think an overall bending of the economic trajectory down. And that would be a real shame, because for decades, President Biden and the congressional Democrats, and frankly all Democrats, have given lip service to reducing income inequality, reducing poverty, reducing unemployment. And yet in 4 short years, due to those pro-growth economic policies, President Trump actually delivered those things. And it would be beyond tragic if President Biden and the Democrats actually turn out to harm the very folks that they claim to want to help.
Well, I think it's a really good point, Monica. Let me bring Brian Brenberg in on this point, because, Brian, we've already seen the evidence of the tax cut plan and the regulatory cut plan under the Trump administration in 2017. For the first time in decades, we actually saw income inequality narrow, because the bottom earners were looking at higher wage hikes than the top earners. Income inequality finally gets impacted because of lower taxes and lower regulatory environment. What do they do when they get back in power? They reverse it again.
Yeah, 2019 was an enormous year for the economy, an enormous year for reducing inequality. Democrats have had to try to erase 2019 to make their pitch for the economy now. They've had to happen. But here's what's interesting to me, Monica. I want to ask you about this. You have some Republicans trying to compromise on this infrastructure plan, trying to find a way forward, $600 billion plan. But to me, it seems like these bills that the Biden administration is putting forward are left-wing manifestos. They're progressive manifestos. They're not there to compromise. They're there to make a statement. Should Republicans even be playing that game of trying to find middle ground, or should they simply be saying, no, we don't need any of this. All of this is a bad idea right now. Let's get back to what we had in 2019. Let's get back to those policies that reduced inequality and gave us real growth and real job gains.
Well, yes, Republicans should be making that argument in any event, Brian. But when it comes to infrastructure, there actually is bipartisan support for that. President Trump supported it as well. The problem is that what the Democrats are proposing, like they proposed with the so-called COVID relief bill and what they're proposing with other multi-trillion-dollar packages, is that they are rebranding their long leftist wish lists as infrastructure, as COVID relief, trying to pull the wool over the American people's eyes. We are in this robust Trump recovery, so the necessity for these kinds of massive spending packages to stimulate the economy is just not there. The way you stimulate the economy is to truly open the economy and keep President Trump's pro-growth, pro-worker policies in place.
All right, we will leave it there. Monica, it's good to see you and walk through all of these important items which will impact American families across the country. Monica Crowley, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Maria.